Welcome back, friends. Today we're going to make a repair to the front wheel of the Cub Cadet ZT1 mower. So this one has a tube in it. They don't come standard with a tube. This one does not, and it came off the rim, and I tried everything I could do to get it back on. I found some tricks online that people have had success with, but I think the best solution is just to put a tube in, and it should be pretty easy. So let's get into this and see how it works. So one thing that's interesting on this mower, the front deck's actually not that heavy. So check this out. So the brakes are on right now, so I lifted it up. Let me move this over a little closer. All right, so find something sturdy. I happen to have this pack out. I think it's rated for 45 pounds, and I believe that's about what the weight is of the mower itself. Now we're going to put some down to nylon. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is take the wheel off. So I'm going to use this Milwaukee M12 right angle impact wrench. It really works well. Then I also have a 3/4 inch socket and a 3/4 inch wrench. And this really just works so easy. So just take that off. It's 11 by 6-5. Okay, first thing we have to do, grab a pair of pliers, pull that valve stem out. Then we just take this shaft out at the moment. That's just going to fall out. Alright, so what I'm hoping to do is put the channel locks right on there and yank on it, maybe back and forth, and that'll break it. Then it might be a little hard to see, but on the inner part right there, there's the rubber cap. Kind of looks like a mushroom, and then I'll just make sure to take that out. So let's see first if this will rip off with a pair of channel locks. Yep, look at that. Really didn't take that much effort. Ripped it right there. And now the inside is still stuck in there, which is cool. Should be able to just grab it with this. And then here is the inner part. There we go. So now the only concern I have, I'm not sure if this stem is going to be too long sticking out. Alright, so I think this should be pretty easy. I just put this in there, make sure the stem's facing the right way, and then put it through the hole there, and just pump it up. So I know at the Cub Cadet dealer is quite easy for them to do, and didn't take that long. They really didn't charge me much, so I figure the labor must be really quick. They probably fix that a lot. So I think what I'm going to do is start out by putting the stem in. These tires are a little stiff. There we go. Now just feed this around, stretch it. Good thing the inner tube is quite stretchy. When I was a kid, I had a few different bikes and the tubes always went out, so that was really easy. I had a lot of practice with inner tubes. Since then, I haven't really had that much of a need to put inner tubes in. So I'm going to find some with a rounded edge to push that in. Don't want like a sharp screwdriver or anything. Alright, so I didn't think that this tool would work for doing any tire repairs, but this is kind of rounded on the edges. I'm just going to gently push the tube in with that. I thought this would be easier than it is, but we'll get it. There's got to be an easier trick to it. If so, put a comment down below. Let me know how to get these tubes in easier. I think once I get half of it in, then the tire will slide around. So kind of get like one half at a time. Alright, so now I have it all tucked in there. It's weird, at one point I felt like this was never going to work. As far as I know, all I have to do is blow it up. We'll be good to go. We'll see. We'll see. I'll make sure that the stem lines up properly. Alright, so when I put the air in, the stem is kind of going a little bit wonky, so I'll probably take a little air out just so I can get that lined up a little better. Alright, so taking some air out. Okay, now put air back in. I got that lined up the way I want. That's exactly the way I want it, perfectly lined up. And this tire is very solid. Yeah, that feels pretty good. So just enough you can just barely feel the tire move when you push on it. That's what I prefer. Maybe you prefer something different, but there isn't really a lot of weight. Like I said, about 40 pounds between the two when you're mowing. So I just want to point out there is a grease zerk fitting on there, so it might not be a bad idea to put a little more grease in there when you get a chance. So now I'm ready to reinstall it. If you have all your tools handy and you have the mower raised up, it just took me a couple minutes to take this tire off, and then removing the stem and putting a new one in place, because it was my very first time, took me about 15 minutes just so I could carefully make sure I'm going and doing the right steps. So you could probably do it in maybe 10 minutes, I would say. So it's really very quick and easy, something you can do yourself. So when I was looking for a tube for this, I went online trying to find a 11x6-5. I couldn't find one. I even looked at Tractor Supply, I looked at Amazon, and then I finally found on Amazon where someone said that the tube that I ordered fits this one right here as well too. So I'll show you which one I got from Amazon, and it worked great. So even though the tube that I bought isn't this size, I guess it's meant to stretch, so it will go up to the 11x6 size. So in case you're wondering how it works, hopefully this video helps you out. Alright friends, so I hope you find this video to be helpful. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. It helps support my channel. And then also I will have another video at the end of this that has some other repairs, like changing the blades on this mower, if you want to check that out yourself. So that's it friends. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.